Nestled amongst farmland and forest near the coast of Lake Erie in Norfolk County sits one of the first Earthships to have made contact in southern Ontario. The cosmic-looking structure has been home to Craig and Connie Cook and their 2 pets for the past decade.
This basically is our gray water system.
An Earthship may look like something out of this world, but it actually has a lot to do with planet Earth. Earthship homes are self-sustaining, off-grid structures that channel renewable sources of energy like wind, water, and the sun to power them.
It does everything for itself. It heats itself, it cools itself, it collects all its own drinking water, takes care of its own black water, gray water, and generates its own electricity.
It's a ship. Takes care of itself like a ship on the ocean, only this is on the land. And it takes care of itself on the land so that you don't have to worry about anything else. You have to be attached to anything, and it's a really nice way to live.
Building their dream home took a lot of research, time, and salvaged tires. Earthship designs are synonymous with using recycled and natural materials. Discarded tires are used to build a retaining wall, which helps create a berm in the rear of the home.
You'll build it on undisturbed ground, and then the tire walls on the back are bermed up, so the dirt is piled up against the back wall. For the first few years, we were just using tires and dirt. So that was the tires. There's 1,200 tires in this house. There's about 400 pounds of dirt in each tire, and they're hand packed. There's no machine to do it. We did 2 tires and had to have a nap. We were done.
Inside, the interior walls are built using a combination of pop cans and concrete, while recycled bottles add a bit of color and intrigue. The Cooks also built an indoor garden that serves 2 purposes.
We have banana trees in the planter, and usually every year we get a bunch of bananas off there, and they're amazing. You have not had bananas until you've had bananas from an Earthship. They are the best on the planet. We've had tomatoes growing in here. I've got cucumbers growing right now.
Besides growing plants, the indoor garden also filters and stores gray water, the water left over from washing hands, cooking, and laundry.
What we did was we dug down below there a big round hole, and we filled it with some stones in there, and then the water comes to here, and then you just use an old-fashioned hand pump, and you can either water the plants with it, or you can take it outside and water plants with it, or like I said, I've used that to mix cement with.
Earthships were first developed by architect Michael Reynolds in New Mexico, USA in the 1970s. The main criteria for these self-sustaining homes are straightforward. Use natural and recycled materials, conserve energy, produce water, electricity, and food, and use construction techniques basic enough for the most novice of builders.
The more we read about it, the more convinced we were that this was the way to go. It was just, it ticked off all the environmental things that we liked about it, and just the independence of not having to be connected to anything that could go away at some point, and then you're without hydro and you're without water and all that kind of stuff. And we never lived in town. We lived out in the country before we built this. But even there, we lost our hydro a lot. And because you lived out in the country, they didn't bother coming to hook you back up, because supposedly you could look after yourself.
The Cooks rely only on Mother Nature. When it comes to powering and heating their home, they depend solely on the sun. Solar panels provide the electricity, and since the walls of the home are made of packed earth and recycled materials, they have what's known as thermal mass, meaning they absorb, store, and release heat. Think of it as a battery. The entire southern side of the Earthship is made of glass, which is key to maximizing the amount of sunlight that enters the home.
The house is connected to the ground, so the ground is a constant temperature. So the heat comes in the windows, so it's only going to drop down a certain amount. It can't go below there. So the sun comes in the windows, it heats everything in the house. It heats the floor, it heats all the walls, and it comes in, and the heat literally travels through the house.
Every part of the Cook's design accounts for the airflow that heats and cools their home.
We have a tremendous amount of airflow in here, and the humidity is a little bit higher. It's nice. It's nicer to have, especially in the winter, because people are always complaining about their houses being too dry. We have a lot of venting. The heat rises, vents out through the vents into the upstairs, and then travels as it cools. It comes back down the stairs. So you always have air moving through the house all the time. In the summertime, we open all the windows. We have windows upstairs. When we have the house all open, we have a big hairy dog, and there's hair just flying through the house from all the wind that's going through here.
To further increase airflow, the interior walls stop short of the ceiling.
We have no ceiling in the bathroom. A bathroom fan running for 1 hour will evacuate the total volume of your house. So you heated all the air in your house or cooled it, and it all left out that fan.
The Cook's home is not connected to a municipal water line. Instead, Earthships are designed to catch and use water from the local environment.
Our water is rainwater, and it's already soft water, so we don't have to soften the water. We hold in that holding tank a year's worth of water for ourselves. So we need a decent rain once a year. That water comes in and goes through numerous filters before it gets used for a washing machine or shower, and then we have it go through a ceramic filter that is for our drinking water.
The Cooks estimate they use 23 liters of water a day. That figure is a drop in the bucket compared to the 420 liters of water that the average Toronto household of 2 used in 2020. One of the biggest reasons the Cook's water consumption is so low is because the house doesn't need a black water system like traditional houses do.
Composting toilet. This gets us away from having to have a black water treatment outside, a septic system, and it uses no water at all.
Using the same building principles as the main house, Craig and Connie have built a chicken coop that provides eggs all year round, and most recently added a greenhouse.
Growing a whole lot of stuff. Like I said,
we have a massive garden out there that we grow a lot of stuff. It's amazing. People have these food costs. I feel bad for them because they can't afford to eat decent food. And we eat decent food every day. So I like knowing where my food came from.
Craig and Connie estimate they've had over 5,000 people come through their homes over the years to learn about Earthships or just out of curiosity. Both have traveled to Earthship construction sites across North America to offer their expertise and help. Throughout their own building process, they were met with a lot of skepticism. And since the Earthship design was developed in New Mexico, there were a lot of questions about whether it could hold strong against a Canadian climate.
Lots of people said it will not work. And I'm thinking it has to work. We get energy coming in here even on an overcast day. Our solar is bringing in power. So there's still energy available there. Somebody asked us, what are you going to do if the sun doesn't shine? Well, that's the end of the world because there's still sun there. The sun came up every morning and will go down every night.
Connie and Craig retired from their jobs as school custodians to enjoy a life free from the grid. They estimate their Earthship cost them about $70,000 and a lot more in sweat equity.
I figure there's about $930,000 in labor. So it's a $1 million build. Everything was done by the two of us. The only thing we didn't do the floor and we didn't put the metal on the roof, but after we watched them do it, we could have done that.
The Cooks admit living in an Earthship is not for everyone, but it's a lifestyle they've embraced for over a decade, and they hope to keep inspiring others to get on board.